So I tried to fall, to lose it all, but in the end, it doesn't even matter.
One thing, I don't know why, it doesn't even matter how hard you try. Keep that in mind, I designed this rhyme to explain in due time. All I know, time is a valuable thing. Watch it fly by as the pendulum swings. Watch it count down to the end of the day. The clock takes life away, it's so unreal. Didn't look out below, watch the time go right out the window. Trying to hold on, but you didn't even know. Wasted it all just to watch you go. I kept everything inside, and even though I tried, it all fell apart. What it meant to me will eventually be a memory of a time when I tried so hard.
Never felt so lonely. I never thought that it would go that far. That the darkest side would own me, pulling me away from my own heart. Please don't touch my scars. Promise you won't touch my scars. 'Cause the face behind those bars might just tear us both apart.
Hey agents, so I got the Scorpio just a couple of days after it was released. And as you probably know by now, it's a spectacular weapon. You can pretty much use it with any build and it will get the job done. Because it's so great, it took me this long to come up with a build. And that's because I wanted to provide you with something special. And after several iterations, I finally nailed it. And if you don't already know, Scorpio comes with the talent Septic Shock, which applies a variety of status effects for 10 seconds depending on the number of hits applied to the target. Here's a quick demo. It comes with 7 rounds and I use each status effect strategically. The first hit applies poison. The third and the sixth disorientates and shocks the target. I use those to close in on the enemy and reload. And I find doing it this way, I can usually take out the enemy without them getting many shots off, if any at all, actually. Of course, shotguns are close range weapons. In heroic and legendary, that's not always the safest place to be. And by now, I'm sure you've noticed I'm not running a shield. And that's because I believe speed and agility are your best offense and defense in this game. And I think the shields are clunky and they really slow you down. Starting with the chest, I'm using Bellstone for the 1% armor regen. It has crit damage and armor regen rolled on it. And for the talent, I'm using Kinetic Momentum, which at full stack gives me 30% more skill repair. To complement that, I'm using the Memento backpack with the 3 core attributes. And of course, Kill Confirmed, which gives me more weapon damage, bonus armor, and 5% skill efficiency on kill. And equally important, when I have all 30 stacks, I'd not only get 30% more weapon damage, I'm also getting 3% armor regeneration and 30% more skill repair. Do you see where I'm going with this build yet? Let me quickly recap in case you missed it. Kinetic Momentum's giving us 30% more skill repair, plus 5% more skill repair on kill for 10 seconds from Memento, plus 30% more skill repair when Memento is fully stacked. And this build is running 2 repair skills, so take everything I just said and double it. On top of all of that, we're getting 1% armor regeneration from Bellstone, 5% bonus armor on kill from Memento, plus 3% armor regeneration when Memento is fully stacked. Funny thing is, it doesn't end there. That's just the 2 first pieces of the build. For the holster, I'm using Alp Summit, which gives me roughly 40% more skill repair, and I have crit damage and crit chance rolled on it. For the mask, I'm running R&K for 20% more incoming repairs, Has crit damage, crit chance, 20% skill repairs for the mod, and I rolled weapon damage on it. You can run this particular build several different ways, move some parts around and whatnot. And what I found doing the same is that balance and stacking complementing attributes is key. For example, the heals and armor regeneration level is great, but you still have to have the power in your punch to take that enemy down. And especially as a solo player, if your time to kill is too high, you're going to have a tough time when you're taking on more than one enemy at once. And I've created this build so that when you're in the kill box, that you can take down the enemy quickly, and when you do, you'll actually be rewarded with more survivability. For my gloves, I have my second piece of Bellstone for 10% more armor on kill. And for the knee pads, I'm using Badger Tough for more shotgun damage, and I rolled a skill tier. I have more gameplay footage after the build details, and when you're watching that, pay attention to the armor repair and regeneration. I put myself in a lot of very sticky situations, and it's crazy how fast my armor goes from 0 to full in basically no time.
Never felt so lonely. I never thought that it would go that far. That the darkest side would own me, pulling me away from my own heart. Please don't touch my heart.
If you like this build, you'll also like the Godly Santa's Little Slayer build I created for TU12. I'll put a link above and in the description.
So anyways, let's get down to the nitty-gritty.
The base heals for the Mender's Seeker Mine is 47,000 heals per second. And that's before R&K's 20% incoming healing and any of the buffs. And the base heals for the Fixer Drone is just about 45,000 heals per second. So let's take a quick look at what all the numbers add up to. Put that all together, we're getting 227,000 armor per second back. So 17.5% of our armor per second. And when we get a kill, we improve that by almost 59%. You'll see that in the gameplay. And if that's still not enough, and there's times where it's not, I have Reformation rolled on my secondary weapon for an additional 30% skill repair for 15 seconds. Boom. And when times are really tough, you can use the card with Reformation on it, which will give you 50% more skill repair. Here's a quick look at the damage numbers. For me, it feels great. I really feel like this build is in balance, but there's room for you to move things around if you feel otherwise. And while you're playing around with this build, I suggest you try the Emperor's Guard knee pads for an additional 1% armor regen if you have that piece. You can also run a third piece of Bellstone for an additional 20% incoming repairs. And with that, I'll leave you with some action-packed gameplay. Here, I'm playing heroic and spending a lot of time out of cover. I have legendary gameplay in the next section, and of course, I'm not quite as cavalier as you see here.
Too late now. I remember you and me. And how careless we
Yeah.
be.
All day and all night, we'd stay up, it felt so right. We were so young, we were so dumb. We would get drunk and then hook up. We were okay, we were alright, staying awake till the sunrise. We were in love, couldn't stop us. Like a good drug, never run.
We hook up in my car, driving so far. Play your guitar, you'd show me your art. Let down our guards, think with our hearts. Stare at the stars, we were never apart. Drinking too young, way too much fun. Out in the sun, or rain when it's gone. Took you to prom, dance to our song. Dance all night long till the lights come on.
Too late now. I remember
late now. I remember everything and how careless we could be, and how careless we could be, and how careless we could be. And how careless we could be. And how careless we could be. Late nights, long fights, it felt right, we were alive. We would go out, we were so loud, we were so proud, we had no doubts. Weekends and weekdays, we'd spend our own way. We were careless, we were fearless, we were reckless, time was precious.
We love to waste time, whiskey and wine, drinking all night, asleep by your side. Finally alive, we would just drive, never arrive. Our journey was live, staying out late, testing our fate, running away. We live for today, young and so bold, never get old. Screw what we're told, we can't be controlled.
It's too late now, I remember everything and how careless we could be, and how careless we could be, and how careless we could be. And how careless we could be. And how careless we could be. And how careless we could be.
Be sure to check out this recommended build video if you haven't already seen it, and I'll see you next time. Thanks, agents.